Now sure as hell don't lose. Sure as hell don't lose. Oh no, no. Baptized in the river to the life of a sinner with nothing left but battle scars.
You might just be the greatest boxing champion of all time. But see, man like me, I'm an undisputed champion of life. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks for me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city, war with me. That's war with the 6-1. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks for me, go to war with me.
There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready, who's next up? Pay attention now, yeah, your best luck. I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Step to me, you get yourself messed up. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two.
They've been talking the talk. It's now time to walk the walk. Clarissa Shields, the greatest woman fighter of all time, or so she says. Hard to argue when you look at her decorated career. Katie Taylor.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Flint, Michigan, she is a 3-division, undisputed champion of the world, Clarissa
I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Let's do it.
Don't forget the body. Mix it up. Mix it up. Body to the head. Body to the head. Double jab. Bring in your feet. Okay, focus now, focus. Big deep breaths, big deep breaths. Calm yourself down, calm yourself down. Come on, breathe, breathe. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Do your business.
Good work. This is going great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Come back with the left foot. Look at that position. Good work. That's it. Now stick to the jab. Jab's working. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. What are you doing? Get your mind back on the job. It was a god-awful round, I tell you. Now, come on. You're way better than that guy. You've let him back.
Let's go.
So what? Switch southpaw.
Come on, Boo, you gotta pick that back up. You need to pick it back up. He's winning this round.
One, two, three, four, five. Come to me. And time.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? You done all that work in camp. You gotta get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back together. You've been coasted for this entire fight. And
Box.
switch stance, that's it. What we do in the gym. You know what we do in the gym? Be confident. That's it, nice and smooth. Now stay like that now. Now you're switching off. Get your mind back, get your focus back, get the jab back. Just box him, just be smart. Just get your shots off and don't give him
And box.
All right, let's reset. Switch stance. that's it. What we do in the gym. You know what we do in the gym? Be confident. That's it. Nice and smooth. Now stay like that now.
Start doubling up the jab.
What are you doing? You've switched off completely. You've completely switched off. Get your mind back on the job. That was a terrible round, that one.
Let's fight.
Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch to southpaw. Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? You've done all that work all the way through camp, and now you're gonna go back out there and lose the match? You gotta get out there.
Let's do it.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. You're switching off, and you're starting to make mistakes. I need to go back out there and switch.
Let's fight.
Now start countering.
Okay, let's reset, switch stance.
Pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side, pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time, we already on the way. Better get themselves in line, thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to shout. Yeah. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town.
Welcome to the wonder that is the Atlantis venue. It doesn't get any more unique than this. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. So here's the Crusher. Here comes one of the best light heavyweights to ever do it, Sergey Kovalev, known as the Crusher, a KO percentage over 80%. Here comes Dmitry Bivol. Here comes the man that beat down Canelo in Las Vegas, the fighter of the year in 2020.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Chelyabinsk in Russia, here is the hard-hitting
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because
All
if
right,
you're a fight
I will
fan
open the
like
room.
me, this is
I want
what
you to
I live
protect
for.
yourself at
What
all
a
times.
great venue and what a
say
great
you must
matchup.
obey.
Cannot
Good
wait
luck.
for this one. And we're underway in round 1. There's a counter shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. A perfect counter shot. They exchange punches. Not a lot of defense here at all. Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on earth.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Focus back, get that jab back.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe, breathe, just get your breath back.
Go back and win the round, right? It's only one round that's...
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about if you can.
Do your business.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Punch, counter punch. That jab misses. Good counter punching. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he scores with the counter. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Jab does not score. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Great round, great round. Now relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab.
Focus. Get your mind back on the draw.
That one will count. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The straight right just misses. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. And that jab just missed with the left hand. A swing and a miss with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Kovalev that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
Stay focused. Don't run back into it.
Let me go.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter. Try to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Beautiful counter shot. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
him clean. Hold that thought! And now Dmitry Bivol is dazed! Talk about Kovalev that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
On to the fifth we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. The straight right just misses. Incredible work rate. That punch landed. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Kovalev that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Good work out there.
In your lead. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back.
Missing. Great work.
There's the bell for round 6. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The perfect counter lands. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Let this one go to the judges. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Kovalev is hurt. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time this round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Love that jab slick.
You're gonna lose this fight, do you? Come on. You've led him back into this. You're better than
What you doing? The gap through there. Relax now. I don't want to know.
Be efficient.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Uh-oh, the Crusher in trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Good counter punch. That right hook catching air. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
I like that. I'm happy. Good man, good man.
Now listen, kid, I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this.
And we enter the 8th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, bop!
And the Crusher goes down. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Where did that come from? What a shot!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your bro.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart.
Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Some might have thought it was a little bit close.
I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys, feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack, boy, so tall that it might fall. Top striker, man, I lick off the goal, so anything I set, I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team, and I'll send man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats. I don't wanna hear no talk from a dweeb. You don't respect me if you don't pay my fees. If you don't respect me, then please better back out the way of this heat. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo. Step to the place on my J's or with all nine and I'm on a mad one. I don't want no attention from that gal if she ain't a bad one. Man try tell me the 3-5 come too stinky as Cali that packs from. And if I go broke, N95's and night gloves slapped on. Soon put chef on the map, son. Don't pop with too many brothers. They cap no.
It'll be tough to forget this evening. How about your surroundings here at Falcor Bay? And hopefully we'll have a memorable fight as well. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Teofimo Lopez. Nicknamed the Takeover, it's Teofimo Lopez. The National Gold Gloves champion in 2015, and at 23 years old, became the youngest undisputed champion of the Juan Manuel Marquez, fighting out of...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York in the United States, an electrifying 2-division champion of the world known as the Takeover.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen. You're going to need it as we have our main event. Here we go for round 1. No rest for the weary. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, and the Takeover's in some big trouble now. Disaster averted.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Catch and shoot. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Beautiful counter shot. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do different?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Boxing, be great.
On to the second round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight, you're fast. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Considering we're outside in the sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Colosseum and two gladiators going at it.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter shot lands. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You'd like to see more jabs. Punch, counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Holding nothing back here in the round. Timing beats speed, speed beats power. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
And there's the bell to start round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter. That's another scoring shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Defense here at all. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Don't want to trade shots. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept up.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
scores with the counter. There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Down goes Lopez. Could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch, and there was nothing they could do.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points for losing the round.
Beautiful counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Teofimo Lopez that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Exchange punches. These two were made for each other. A perfect counter lands. Good counter punching. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice counter shot. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Marquez's days. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you continue.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. About Marquez in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. There's the bell to start round 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
You have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
A perfect counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
Get back out there and win the round.
There's the bell to start round 7. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Couldn't land that jab. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
That left hook missed. Swing and a miss with that hook. So much for boxing. This is a fight. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You can't.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to hold it right there. Marquez is rocked. And he couldn't take any more. Down goes Marquez. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
You need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Misses. A straight right just misses. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter. I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer. I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing.
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
And now it's time. There's never a dull moment. And here is Emmanuel Augustus, former IBA light welterweight champion, the Drunken Master.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
The fighters are in the ring. It's time for the official.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, in the United States, an electrifying 2-division champion of the world, known as the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Chicago, Illinois, please welcome the battle-ready Emmanuel Augustus.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. That punch scores. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Beautiful counter punch. Considering we're outside in the sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Colosseum and 2 gladiators going at it.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Tom, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you've prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking at a fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter shot. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's all offense all the time. punch, counter punch. And he scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight.
And there's the bell to start round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Just missed with that jab. So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got a dummy shot.
What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
A shot.
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight?
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. When are we going to see a jab from these two? As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather. Hold it right there! Augustus is clipped. Let's talk about Emmanuel Augustus in that last round. Well, this is a very important break here for this fighter. They've been knocked down twice. The bell rings and we start the third. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
They exchange punches. And the takeover's in some big trouble now. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Teofimo in some real trouble here. How did they not go down?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. That counter punch caught him clean. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Here we go to the fourth round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter shot lands. Blocks that left hook. Well done with that counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. Let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You believe what we are seeing. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you. And there's the bell for round 5. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A perfect counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Missing with that right hook. The perfect counter lands. Nice counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something. There's the bell to start round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Nice counter. Good counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
The jab just got blocked. That jab misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Boxing. He's smart.
There's the bell to start round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Nice counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The straight right just misses. Can't land that jab. Nice counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. Round 8, and we're off again. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until you're...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Augustus is wobbly right now in some big trouble. And Augustus goes to the canvas. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
I've got to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to me. Are you okay?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Terrific counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That uppercut can't get through. And Lopez is dazed. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. We didn't know who was going to win, and in the end, no one did win. This fight ends in a draw.
A draw? Ooh, listen to that crowd. Nobody's happy with that. Why? Because the build-up was ridiculous. The things that were said were ridiculous. But these two fighters were evenly matched, and this is why we've got a draw. One thing is for certain, they're going to do it all over again.
I'm aggression, I'm a fighter. I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer. I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear.
As the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falcor Bay. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. The Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury. He is a whopping 206 centimeters tall with a reach of 216. And he'll be facing Dr. Iron Fist, Vitaly Klitschko. 6'7" tall and 248 pounds.
Remember, there's a shorter reach here, so now they have to slip inside and use the speed, use the proximity, and that timing to time off the long jab that comes in to...
The Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury. He's so big and yet so light on his feet. Nope. Vitaly Klitschko. Here comes one of the greatest fighters ever to come out of Ukraine. Talk about an intimidating specimen.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Manchester, England, and standing at 6 feet 9 inches, here is a sensational heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Fighting out of the blue corner from Kyiv, Ukraine, and 41 knockouts in his 45 career wins, here is the two-time heavyweight champion of the world, known as Dr. Iron Fist, introducing Vitaly Klitschko.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. got him. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Good counter punch. That big hook doesn't land. They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter punch caught him clean. It is a sunny and hot day, and no, we're not inside. No air conditioning or air con, as they say in the UK.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Tom, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you've prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking to fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Ooh, Klitschko stumbling backwards. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab. Come on.
Win the round on the game. Even when they're stepping around.
Start sticking in a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so he can't put you out.
Come on. We've let him back into the fight. You're way better than this guy. You're way better. He's not in your league. Come on, switch on. Get your buck.
Great round. Stay focused. Don't let him back into
Then get back in. Now it's a tougher fight and he's going to be confident.
You were thinking you were smart, you weren't long enough, but you still land.
That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Catch and shoot. A lot of effort being exerted here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight. And he's not going to do it on the scorecard, Johnny. He needs a KO.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Don't worry about
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. So close with that uppercut. That jab misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's all offense all the time. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter shot. Punching. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. A perfect counter lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about fury in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow.
Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You don't want to trade shots. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about fury in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Jab slick.
Let's reset. Forget about that round. It was a bad round.
Shots. Keep smart.
On to the 5th we go. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This fighter's not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations. Hold that thought! Oh, and Tyson Fury just got rocked! This could be it! Tyson Fury, one of the great heavyweight champions! I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Hold it right there! Tyson Fury just got down goes Fury! thrown it any better.
I need to see that again.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Nice job blocking the hook. Fury just got rocked! Do you believe this? Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was.
I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
Yeah, look at that. All the belts, mighty. In the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Look up, fling, right up, fling. Contrary ting, send man over the ropes. Man try come for the belt, but I punched you, never saw ended all of your hopes. Now all of your bros, I stood on the sideline, head in the hand shot, joke of the show. But they keep those hands up, swing for their fences. Or you're going on poorly for sure. How much do you want to be the champ? How much do you want to please the fans? How much do you want to be the king? And how much do you want to feed your camp? How much do you want to see people champ? Swing like you got a thing to lose. It's the ESBC, beat them neatly. Titles never ever in dispute. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping.
right. I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Let's fight. One, two, three, four, five. And you continue.
Now you're switching off. You've done all of your work, all through camp, to get here and blow it now. So I...
And five. One, two, three, four, five. You still want to fight?
You're better than that. switched off completely, get your mind back in the game.
Let's go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Okay. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
Let's do it.
Now you're switching off. That's her round. I need you.
Do your business. Are you okay?
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all the way through camp. So get out.
Let's do it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your blood.
What are you doing? You're starting to make mistakes, and you're switching off. Do not worry about that round. Throw it from your mind, all right? You let it back into the fight.
Let's go. Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous and ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But even you got that magical, you have it. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we give it a task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know that aim range heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are calculate. On time, not a second hour late. Witnessing the mastery that we display like a hitman. Yeah.